Boom, boom.
Hey, this is Time Bomb, and if it's your first time checking out the channel, hit that subscribe button to catch all the updates. Alright, thanks a lot for joining me here today for this video. I am going to be doing a tier list breakdown, so I should get into the U-Wing, because this video is all about you and where the teams you are on are sitting in my tier rankings. Although maybe I should actually get into a defender, because I may have to defend some opinions in this video. We'll see how heated it gets, how good of a job I've done. This is something I've been doing for a while now, so I thought it was due to do another breakdown about the teams that we have seen have, so much success over the last while, and just to see how things have sort of shifted. We've got some new teams coming in, so I think it will be pretty interesting to check out exactly where they're gonna fall. Okay, let's bring up my documents here that I'll be doing. We've got a brand new tier maker here I'm going through. I will include this in the link, so you, of course, as always, can make your own tier list. Don't just complain. Let me know in full what you think of the tier list. Okay, so we're gonna start off pretty easy. Baywatch, I mean, they've been dominant for a while. They've been very strong for as long as you can be strong. This post-Calcabera, they've really dominated. I think they've been in a battle over the last little while with Tempest for that top spot. So Tempest right there in that same grouping at top of the tier list. Now, here's an interesting one. Of course, they were Golden Guardians last season here. They were the top of the Challenger division, have now moved into Elite, and just the lineup that they have, you gotta put them right there at the top tier. They got Knight, they got Tashikwa, they got Hod, they got Luma, they got so many players there. They're deeper than that. Rod, I mean, I'm not even listing everyone. They've got pieces from CAG, from IG, from just amazing players from across the community. So they're definitely going to be right there, I think, with Baywatch and Tempest. Now, the next strongest team, I think, from last season that I'm also going to put on this tier is CA Blue. Really showed that they can compete with all these teams, taking Tempest to a game 5. I think they work, just as hard, get tons of scrims in and get those reps in to be one of the strongest teams. And I really see them having another strong season. And just from the play they've had, they are in the top grouping of teams. I think I'm going to put Orange Squadron right here in that A tier. I think we had a very strong season as well, so I think we're kind of right in that range. Savrip kind of had a tough second half to that season. They weren't able to quite make the playoffs too, so I think they're right there though. They've kind of reformed their lineup. They're turning the corner. I think they're gonna be very strong. Team kind of jumping around a little bit, but I think a solid B tier team here. I put Nova right there. They had a tough season, but they tried a lot of different things. The B-Wing strats, they went very PK heavy. I think that they're going to really do well. They've had some pickups on their team for this season that are going to help them improve, and I think so Nova could definitely be there, and I think probably rising a little bit too. They could be on their way up. Another team here that has fallen from Elite, but is still, so strong, and they're reforming as well. Hut Cartel, you got to see them doing very well this season in the Challenger division as they kind of reform here. We see with the teams along there. And again, the top division here, I'm kind of thinking, where do I place Tangerine and Guac, right? It's tough to say. Guac kind of had a tough season. Tangerine just had a pretty strong season. They split with the Notorious HOD. They're one, and I think that was a different team, but I maybe controversial pick. Maybe this could change everything, but I'm going to put Tangerine up here. And I'm going to say Guac. Although, again, they're a team that I think is on the rise. I think they could get up into the A tier. This is controversial. I could have them in the A tier, but I think I've made a statement with that, having them slightly there. Ooh, I'm torn. I'm looking at things, but you know what? You gotta have tier lists for this reason, and I think people need to realize that there's, it's no shame in being in this tier. It's very close in all these tiers, and I think just like a team and in B tier A tier could beat S tier. I think B tier could beat A tier. So I think that's what I'm thinking right there. I'm gonna put them Guac in B tier, Tangerine in the A tier, right on the cusp there. I'm expecting big things from them this season. We got a team, B team, Gray Squadron Hellporgs, and Gray Squadron's Wild Card. Now, this is a very interesting. I think we should look back a little bit here. We see that, you know, wild card is kind of on the come up here. I don't see what. Did I see wild card in the wild card there? I feel like I missed this one. Gray wild card, the Hellporgs. Oh yeah, okay, Wildcard and Hellporgs. I think they're just on that tier right below, I think. So I'm going to put both those teams here. Probably Hellporgs, like Guac. Hellporgs easily could have been in the B tier. I'm torn. Let's look again. Let me formulate my thoughts a little deeper from that last season. I mean, Wildcard, 4-3 splitting in the open. Strong competition in there. Hellporgs going even, but I need tough competition. So I feel pretty strongly about that. I'm gonna go with that. I feel like I did a good job there. Now B team, I think this is the big come up for them. Here we're gonna start them there and just re-review. They won the open division, so they're the top open team coming into this season, coming into the challenger division. So how do I see them facing? I feel like they're going to give all these teams a run for their money. They have a good lineup. There's a lot of players who do get a lot of time practicing together, so I think that team could be very strong. I would almost think, like the Hellporgs, that they could be on that next tier up. CA Red, another team. I'm going to make a controversial one. I'm going to put them here. I think they've got to, you know, do some work. Oh, Night Witch Crones. It's another team that coming up. I think their lineup's a bit different. They moving up. Yeah, they're in the Challenger this season with NRN there. NRN too, another team that just consistently been playing and getting better. I'm going to put NRN down here. And I think Night Witch Crone is also in this area. You know, just by the number of teams and the number of tiers that I have, I'm rethinking Hellporgs is getting the bump up. That's right, Hellporgs is going to the B tier now. I feel like that's a little bit more fair. And I think because of Crone is played up, they're going to go up to the C tier. So this is kind of an interesting mix of teams on the C tier now. So Cobra Tai, where are they from? That Cobra Tai team, I think, is the Challenger. The Venom Squadron again. I may be mistaken because there's some teams that are playing in, so they could fall a little bit higher in divisions, but I'm going to put them here. Kenton Striders, another interesting team, right? That has come up, and they're a strong team. I'm going to put them right here in the C tier because they did, let's look back at Kenton Striders here. They did okay in the Challenger division. They went 2-3 in 5 games, so they did okay. They had, you know, Tangerine, Hellporgs, and Golden Guardians, some tough competition there ahead of them, so I would put them pretty firmly in that spot. I know that team is kind of reformed a little bit too, so they've got some work to do ahead of them, but I would put them slightly ahead of those teams below them. Killer. Oh, here's a new team that maybe a controversial call, Tourette Syndrome, just because they haven't proven things yet. They're in the open division, but a very strong lineup, a mix of Australian players and some killer NA players. You got JP, you got Wasabi, you've got Dalek, you've got amazing PK players. Interesting strategies coming out of there, so I'm going to put them in that C tier, but I'm telling you, that's a team that could definitely beat a lot of teams, and will be interesting to see how they do this season. Another one, Lego IG, I don't, this team, who is on this team? Because I thought this was pretty good player. I feel like Dynasty's on here. Oh, they only played 3 games, 3-0, so yeah, this is a team, they just haven't played very many games. They could easily be higher than this. I mean, they're another team that could probably take out a lot of those teams. This whole tier is getting very crowded. Maybe I've been too hard. Maybe this tier should have been more full, but hey, we've got a bottom heavy tier. The way I've decided to divide it, I guess, a little bit. Doesn't mean I just see these as different tiers, just a slightly different tiers between the teams. I don't think it matters being, it's not that a D couldn't beat an A, they could, right? But it's just, I feel like the A would have the higher odds and has played over time slightly better than the tiers below them. It's more of like a tiers are moving up or down through the tiers a little bit. So next, looking at Rogue, NR and Rogue Alpha. Oh, did I mix up? Who's the other NR team? I'll go Rogue. I feel like this is the same, or I've just mixed them up. I'm not sure. We've got an issue there. I don't know who this one is. Is this ROG? Is that one? Maybe it's the Italians at ROG. They are a good group of players. I mean, I just assume that is ROG Squadron, and hopefully I'm not wrong. And they're a great group of players. If it is that Italian ROG, they are on the up for sure. They go a little PK heavy. I think if they improved on that, they might get definitely a little bit further. And then lastly, we've got the Killer Grillers. How did they do last season? Here we go. From TFA, they had a tough season, 1-5, so I think their place at the bottom there is warranted. But again, a team that stayed together and is coming back has a chance to really do some damage. I think once you've gotten that experience playing together, I think that can go a long way in teams getting a lot better. So that is my tier rankings. That's what I'm seeing from looking at these 22 teams. It'd be interesting to see how this plays out. I'll definitely do a review on these predictions and see how they go through the season. I could see, a lot of movement up or down. You never know how things are going to go throughout the season. And yeah, just interesting to see those thoughts. And, hey, let me know what you are thinking about these tier listings. Let me know how you would do things differently, and definitely do your own version of this. I'm providing the link so that you can do it. Let me know, and then I can pick yours apart just like you might pick apart mine. So thank you very much for checking out this video. I'm Time Bomb. You guys are awesome, and I will catch you later. Boom, boom.